Hey guys, Brian here. Welcome back to this old barn slash shop. Settle down, Bailey. Anyway, as you can see, I've gotten the siding all up on this side. Finally managed to get that job completed. And come around and you get to see we got a walk-through door I've put in the corner. Got the header beam up for the slides on the doors. Got the wall up on the other side here. Got to finish out the header beam. That's what I'm working on here. Got my boards attached to the steel up there. I got the steel painted on this end, so where I was going to cover it up, it's all painted. That way I don't have to worry about it rusting and things later on. So, working on getting this wall put in. Wanted to get a little further along before I did an update, but it's been long enough since I did one. I figured I'd go ahead and shoot y'all a quick update of what the progress is. It's looking pretty good. I'm happy with how it's turning out so far. So I did move the floor up to where I'll have a full 8 feet underneath the floor, the loft in here. I'm gonna raise each of those up down through there as I go along. And I've managed to get everything pulled square. I had to bring that wall back 2 inches up at the top. It was racked. So I've got the barn pulled back straight to where it's straight and square with that side over there. Got my new electrical panel. I'm actually gonna have to move it because I'm gonna do it different for the phase converter feed. And that wire stuff there is just something somebody gave me they had laying around. So I wanted to use it. I could, so I put that up just for now. Probably will actually put a heavier gauge wire in there. So I'll have I have the capacity for 400 amp into the building here. Which should be plenty to feed that phase converter. That's a 200 amp panel, but I'm gonna split it off out of another box that I've got in the car that'll be my main throw to turn on the phase converter, which I think I'm gonna put up there over the ceiling. It'll sit on basically in the attic. So I won't have any noise in here from it whatsoever. The new converter's a lot quieter than my old one was, but still it's really nice to be able to come into the shop and not have something that's running all the time. So that's where we're at. I've been working on the hoist off and on whenever it rains. I've got most of the gear stuff done on it. And there'll be a separate video come out on that later on. And I had my second ever shop visitor down here. The other day, John Saunders of NYCNC fame stopped by and he was in Louisville for the NRA convention. And I said, well, why don't you stop by the shop and I'll show you what some big machines look like. I meant to ask him, I let him play with the Giddings and Lewis up there in the building. He liked it, got a kick out of it. So I should have asked him how many Tormachs you could fit on the table on that thing. So I think probably 3 or 4 Tormachs is probably about what the table size is. So next time when he comes down and if he needs a place to stay, I can probably, once I get it in here, I can set up a bed or a couch or something on it so he can have a place to stay. So, but I asked him if he wanted to be the first one through the door, but no one's been through the door yet besides me. So I guess the shop's not open for business yet. We still got a lot of work to do, or I got a lot of work to do because I'm the only one that works on this job. So it's coming along, getting that beam up there, kind of starting to frame it in. This is what the actual doorway opening will look like here. So It's almost 15 feet to the bottom side. I figured I'm gonna build the doors at 15 feet, and that puts the track kind of in the middle of that board up there on that 2x12. And so over here in the back of the crew cab, I've got my lumber for tomorrow for working on getting the rest of that wall framed out. All this goes up over top of the door there and completes the wall section that actually butts to the interior, so I'll be able to go ahead and run my boards the rest of the way up. I've got the 2x12, the 16 footer here run through the back glass. It's a good way to haul over lengths without a trailer. So that way I can come off up there and it comes over to this other corner and ties it in. So that'll give me a flat surface all the way across to mount my track onto. So that's kind of how it's looking. Getting it all framed out. I'm throwing this clip of John playing with the boring mill. So we're out here and John Saunders has stopped by and he wanted to see what some big tooling looked like. So he stopped to see the 4-inch HBM and to get to play with it. He's not used to working with things that have that much stroke to them, but then again, most people aren't. So
this is incredible. What'd you say the travel is?
The spindle comes out 30 inches. The table travel is 120 in this direction, and then it goes 96 cross and 48 vertical.
1084.
Yeah. So you can put a 4x8 sheet of plywood on the mill table and drill holes in it anywhere you want.
Incredible. Giddings and Lewis is British or U.S.?
U.S.
Okay.
Fond du Lac, Wisconsin.
Oh, is that right? Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
They're actually the only HBM manufacturer left in the United States.
They're still around?
Yeah, they're still around today. They're now 5, Giddings and Lewis, but
Got it. Okay. Man. It's really cool.
big machine.
Yeah.
Boring mill. We did some shooting out here too. I got my Ohio Ordnance BAR out and we shot the 30-06 quite a bit. He got to see the muzzle brake I made for it, and we planked with it. He had some buddies with him too. I'm gonna say probably Adam, from what I saw, I think Adam might be a little better shot than John, but I didn't do the greatest either, but I did probably hit better than 50% with what I shot, which it's my rifle, so I should, but it's probably been, it's been over a year since I've shot that thing, even though it's awesome to shoot. It's really like a planker with that with that muzzle brake on there, and then the gun being heavy to begin with. It literally shoots 30-06 like 22. I want to get a scope put on it. I'm I guess nearsighted. I don't see real good far away. I need glasses for real far off, so I kind of had a hard time seeing what I was shooting at. Not really an excuse, but that's what I'm going to use anyway as for why I missed it all, because normally I don't miss, but maybe I'll go up to John sometime and do some shooting with him and see if I can't do a little better. He offered to come down when I get my CNC mill set up, the big Cincinnati. He offered to come down and help me with it, because I've never used a Renshaw probe or anything, which came with that machine, so I'm not familiar with that, and my G-code is very basic, so I don't know a lot about that stuff. So having somebody that does will be a huge help, somebody I can tap into on that knowledge. I've kind of helped him out on some of the lathe tooling and stuff here lately, because I deal with that kind of stuff quite a bit with the inserts and things like that. So if anybody's got questions on that kind of stuff, I'm always happy to answer or offer my take on it, which your mileage varies. It's just like with inserts, you know, there's a perfect insert out there for just about any job. The key is what job are you doing and what insert works good for you. You know, what I do can be totally different from what somebody else is doing, because my machines run different speeds. I'm using different size stuff. Being a job shopper, most of what I run into is some kind of mystery metal of unknown origin anyway, so you get into that, it's always potluck as far as what kind of inserts you ought to be using and feeds and speeds and stuff. If you don't know what you're working with, it's always tricky. So thanks for watching and thanks for subscribing. Catch y'all later.